What's going on, Skid? A lot of guys ask how I do make readies or turn apartments. I've got a couple of turn videos already, but they're older and an old playlist, so I'll make another one. I won't go too in depth and make it long or anything. I'll just go through some points that I do. First thing I do when I come in, turn the dishwasher on. Make sure it's working, make sure it's not leaking. I wrap a trash bag on the oven door here. Do the drip pans. Well, I need two hands for that one. Just get them some drip pans. I'll leave them out. These are the new ones. I'll leave them out for the cleaners so they can come in here and wipe it all real good. Then they put the burners in. They usually do a good job. I know some guys are like, oh, you trust the cleaners putting them in good? They usually do. But that's the first thing I do. Come in, dishwasher, drip pans. The second thing I do is I check the toilet seat. Make sure it's not all chipped and beat up, stained. This one looks good, pretty good. This one can be hit with some sanitizing bleach or Clorox. I always bring one though, just in case, and I'll replace it if it's all beat up. But this one looks good. You know, some people are like, oh, that's kind of gross. I mean, does a hotel change the toilet seat after every guest? No, just sanitize it and it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. No reason wasting money replacing it when it can just be bleached. So that's it for that. That's my three things that I do right off the bat. Dishwasher, drip pans, check the toilet seat. All right, after I do those three things, I start at the front door, then I start my turn. Just make sure the door is good. Nothing's loose, deadbolts are lined up. That's good. Check the peephole, make sure you can see out of it. It's not all painted, you know, nasty. And then, because I'm right-handed, I go along the right wall all the way around the apartment. If you're left-handed, you can go that way, but I'm right-handed, so I'll start here and I just touch everything. Just make sure everything's good. That filter looks good. You also want to change the filter in your turns. I'll have to straighten that out when I got two free hands. Door stops there. Yep. Light bulbs are good. Yep. Then I'll just start rolling down the right side of the wall. And I can't emphasize this enough. Touch everything. These residents are slick and they will super glue something and where it looks nice and you didn't touch it, then the new guy moves in, new person, and it's all messed up. So just touch everything. I can't stress that enough. Just rolling around the right side. I'm not going to make this a long video and do everything, guys, but I think you get the point. Make sure the door latches. Come on in the bathroom. Fan works. Turn the faucet on. Ah, see? That doesn't work. So when something's broken, either stop right there and fix it, or what I do, if it's something that's going to be time consuming, I'll write it down on a piece of paper. Things I need in turn, I'll get a pen and write it down. If it's going to be time consuming. But I can fix this right away. Make sure the door latches and locks. Yep, door locks. Alright, that's good. So yeah, if it's broken, stop right there and fix it, or go write it down, because you won't remember. I promise you. I used to think I would, and I never did. Thing has got some kind of gunk in it. That's what's stopping it right there. Little gunky. Let me stop here and clean this out, and I'll keep rolling. Okay, good. Now, again, touch everything. I cannot emphasize that enough. Touch everything. Look under here for a leak. And just keep rolling around. Make sure that's not loose. That's not loose. Turn the shower on. Make sure it works. Flush the toilet. Look around for water. Make sure there's no water around the bowl. Again, I'm just touching everything, man. I'm rolling around. I'm still hanging on the right side. Toilet paper holder is good. I'll take that off, or the cleaners will get it. Door stop's there, it's good. Look in here, make sure all the racks are not hanging by a thread. That's good. Now come out and just keep hanging to the right, skid bro. That's how I do it. And if something's broken, I stop right there and fix it, or go write it down on my paper. Make sure the fan works. I mean, just, I'm not gonna make this a long video, but touch doggone everything. These residents are slick, big dog. Just to get that deposit back, I come in and I touch everything. All the blinds, make sure they work. Yep. Raise the windows. Make sure they come up nice and easy. Up and down. Make sure the locks work. That's it, guys, and I'm just gonna keep rolling through the apartment. Coming around to the right. Okay, those are good. You know, there's going to be times when you look at something, you're like, oh, that looks pretty good. No, go touch it. Go touch it, big dog. I promise you. You'll be a master turner. You look at something like, oh man, that looks good. No need to. No, go touch it. Yeah, I found an old classic example. See, they'll close the blind, kind of get them all straightened out. If you don't touch it, you're like, oh, that looks good. I'll just keep on going, and you just move on. Come over here and touch everything, bros. Look at there. Oop, we got a drooper. That's what I'm talking about. They slick, big dog. So I got to replace this blind. That's kind of time consuming, so I wrote it down. Come back to it. I've made it to the living room. Oh, that light's not working on the fan. Maybe it's this switch. Oh, maybe I need to pull the chain. Nope, needs a bulb, so I'll go get one right now, or I'll write it down. Because you won't remember, I promise you. I've been down that road, you won't remember. Write it down or fix it right there. So that's it, guys. That's a little quick video on how I do things. I just keep going around the whole apartment, the right side wall, and touch doggone everything. Because here's what some dudes do. I used to work with guys like this. They come in, just look around like, yeah, that looks pretty good, big dog. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Everything looks pretty good. Then they'll just walk out. And then the doggone new resident will move in. They'll have a move-in inspection sheet a mile long because they didn't touch everything. Go in, go along the right wall and touch everything. If it's broken, fix it right there. If it's going to be time consuming, go write it down, come back to it. Now I'm in the kitchen, man, so open all the cabinets. Make sure all the hinges are good. Sometimes you'll get a warbler. If you get a warbler, just tighten it up. I always carry my Phillips head with me. Oh, dude, always get nailed for this. Surface light on the microwave. Always got nailed. Not anymore, though. Make sure it works. It's just a little bulb in there, but that used to get me back in my younger days. So I'm just gonna keep on moving, keep on touching everything. All the way around, make sure the garbage disposal works. Now in the kitchen, you can't hang to the right, you gotta go to the left, kind of do a audible blitz up the middle. Make sure the old disposal works. It's good. Dishwasher's been running a while, no water in front of it. That's always a good thing. Let's keep on moving. And hugging the right wall just keeps everything in order, so you're not going in all scattered like, oh, there's a bulb over there. Oh, the microwave handle's loose. You're just not scattered. You'll get there when you get there. You just stay along the right side of the wall, patiently fixing things as you go along. So it just keeps you from being all scattered, like going in all different directions, no kind of formula, no kind of system. So that's why I like to just go along the right wall, and it works. An old veteran taught me that, and I never forgot it. I've always loved it and turned apartments that way. Yeah, we got us a no cooling call. Let's see, it's this one right here. Yeah, when I got here, the compressor wasn't coming on, but the fan was blowing out cool air out the top. So I'm gonna check the capacitor. Probably just got a low cap, low hard start. This is one of those little ones with the rotary compressors. You guys gotta forgive me, man. This is my first experience with rotary compressors, so I'm getting to know these things. Power is off. Pull the disconnect. 35/5 capacitor. There's the capacitor. It's a 35/5, so that's what we're going to be metering out for you new guys, and I'll also check that. Been getting a lot of tips from the HVAC guys saying just replace this whole deal, man. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, one lead on common, one lead on Herm for the compressor, hermetic. It's a 35/5, so 34.26. I mean, that's not terribly low. We go with the fan here. Five. Cap is good, so compressor wasn't starting probably because of this, so I'm just gonna, I brought the whole deal here. A lot of guys have been saying to just replace the whole thing. It's best practice just to do the whole thing, the relay and the hard start. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm still learning these doggone rotary compressor units, guys, so thanks for the tips. Yeah, I've never been around these rotary compressors, man. These things are weird. I don't know if you can see in there. You can't, but they got the accumulator hooked to the side. I'm just used to a compressor, capacitor, contactor. That's it. I'm not, all this is new to me, so thanks for the tips. All right, I pulled the two wires off there, off the terminals, got my leads on the terminals, and 0. So this hard start right here is bad. Man, this is the second video I've done on one of these. Why are they such a piece, big dog? The last video I just did that because it was tripping the breaker. But and they're still good. They haven't called back or anything. But you know, a lot of guys are saying just do this, replace this and this, and as you can see, it all comes together. It's already hooked up and wired and everything. So you just got to hook up the wires to the capacitor and the contactor. So that's how it comes in the package. And I'll leave a link to these in the description below. Real easy. So we're going to replace this and the capacitor, and that should fix it. Like I said, the compressor wasn't coming on, but the fan was, so it's got to do with this hard start. I'm getting 0. Should be 88 to 108. Let's see, it says it on here, as you can see right there, 88 to 108 microfarads. MFD stands for microfarads. 88 to 108, and I was getting 0 on that one, so that's why the compressor wasn't coming on. So it looks like the old black wire just goes to the common side of the contactor. That's easy. And that's it, man. Just unscrew it and it all pulls out. It all comes together for you. Just gonna replace the whole deal. I don't know who decided to put these units in here, man. They need to talk to a maintenance tech before they build. What would make it easy for you, Mr. Maintenance Guy? And this is Florida. A straight cool with heat strips and a piston. We don't need to be getting cute with all this stuff. Heat pumps and all this Aquatherm and all that. It's just ridiculous. This is Florida, big dog. Straight cool, just straight air conditioned with a piston. I'm gonna take this out, screw the new one in, I'll be back. All right, big dog, got the new cap in. Here's the old one. Got a new hard start and a new relay. This is all the old crap. So all the tips that have been coming in, thank you guys for being nice about the tips and not a know-it-all jerk super tech. They said just to replace this because it's most likely this thing is crap in its pants. So that's what we did. New this, new hard start, new cap. So all right, the black wire goes to the common side of the contactor. Yellow to Herm. I already got my capacitor hooked up. You guys got to know how to do that by now, right? All right, I'm gonna put yellow to Herm and red to the common. I need 2 hands here. All right, Angelina Broly. Papa's got some brand new shoes. Here we go. Come on, big money, no whammy. Oh yeah, I can hear that compressor. It wasn't on when I came over here during the call. Yeah, already moving some good heat out the top. Yeah, and also guys, I've noticed just from working on these things these last 3 months, I've been here since April. When these go bad, it also causes the breaker to trip. That last video I made, her breaker was tripping, and it was this. Once I replaced this, I haven't heard another word from her. So, and it happened before that, like back in April, and I haven't heard from them after I replaced this. No more breaker tripping. So there you go. I'm gonna throw the old cover back on and let her know she's cooling. What's going on, Jim Bro Fisher? Old Jay Booty sent me on a work order of his dishwasher not working. I don't hear anything. I got a motor here. He says it's the motor. Let's see if we can fix it. I'm gonna take the cover off, see what's going on. Old Jay Booty went straight motor. Needs a new motor. Let's see what's going on here. Nice little reset button here. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. It sounds like the motor's locked up. Alright, if this doesn't work, we'll just replace the motor. I'll get me a couple of flatheads. These dishwasher motors, this style likes, some of them don't, but this style has these teeth in here, and if you can just break them loose, it'll work for you. Sorry, I moved the camera there. I don't know if you can see those little teeth in the background moving, but if you can just break them loose, we'll have action here. Sometimes it'll work for you and sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, we'll just pull it out and replace the motor. This is usually common with hand washers. They don't run the dishwasher for months or years and the motor will seize up. So what I'm trying to do is just get it spinning and break it free. Yeah, I couldn't break it free with the flatheads. It usually works, but not this time. Sometimes it doesn't. As you can see, it's still locked up. Those little teeth aren't moving as they should. So we'll pull it out. Pull the dishwasher out and replace the motor. Oh my gosh, he's using a Ryobi. Oh my gosh. I thought he was a professional. Well, I guess I gotta let him know in the comments section that he's using a Ryobi. Oh my gosh. Once you pull the mounting screws out of the countertop, you can pull the whole dishwasher out. This is very rare. Usually I can get them to break free. Let's unplug it, kill the power. Take the rack out because we're going to turn the dishwasher upside down. This can be kind of messy. That's why I bring a towel. I very carefully turn the dishwasher upside down. The power is off. I unplugged it, but I left the water on. So that's why I do it carefully. There we go. Let's go ahead and get it unplugged. Some dishwashers you can do this way and some you can't. This is how I choose to do it. It's easier for me. And if you need to take pictures to remember how things go back, go ahead and do that. I got a phone full of pictures. It's really simple to change out a motor. I'd rather break it free. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if I gotta change one out, so be it. Remember how this goes on. Sometimes this can be a pain. Hooks around the front and goes like that. Alright, got it. And the rest, you're just pretty much loosening screws, not really taking anything out. There's one here, and there's one on the bottom here, right there. Let's see what else. Got everything unplugged. I love how they made these the bigger nut driver than they did this one, the smaller one. I love that. Appreciate it, GE. Once you get them all loosened up, it should just slide on out. You'll get to see what's going on with it. Might need to loosen some things up a little more. Yeah, that bottom one needs another turn or two. There we go. There it is. Nothing on the propeller. Don't know why she's locked up. We'll dig deeper in a minute. Drop the new one in. Goes back in the same way. Just do everything in reverse. Alright, I got it plopped back in. We'll do the 5/16. That's nice and snug. It's just 3 spots. This one, and this one, your 1/4 inch nut driver. Just make sure everything is snug. You'll have a leak. This is the smaller one, the 1/2 inch or the 1/4 inch nut driver. Ugh. Go a couple more. Ugh. Okay, that's in there good. Put our little brace on. Went around the front, if I remember correctly. Yes. Nice and tight. Brace is on. And we plug everything back in. And that is it. Flip it back over, turn it on. After you plug it back in, of course. I get a lot of flack for the outlet being behind the dishwasher. Oh, I can't believe you put that there. I didn't build the place. I can't believe you put an outlet behind the dishwasher. Alright, skid, new motor is in. We're all plugged up. What I also like to do is I like to leave it out. That way I can see if there's a leak under there. A lot easier than with it back in the hole. I also like to get a lot of light, man. A lot of you guys don't do well because you can't flip and see. Alright, as you can hear, it's filling up with water. No leaks, no drips. If something was loose, you'd know it. I've been on some drippers and some leakers, and it is just like, gotta flip it upside down and start all over again if that happens. Don't panic. Lord knows I've had to start over a bunch of times. So far, so good. No drips, no water on the floor. Again, you'd know if it had a leak. It is a gusher. We're gonna be good. Oh, that's draining. Still good. Caught it right at the perfect moment. We're gonna be good. I'm gonna push it back in and mount it up. Ah, one hand. Booyah. Oh my gosh, there's Roby again. He's using Roby. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Alright, got it mounted. Let's check it one more time.
good, looks good. Let me get it drained. And we're draining. No drips. We're gonna be good.
All right, Skid, I'm gonna throw the cover back on and drive on to the next WO. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.
Well, a concrete jungle.